What's up with it,
What's up with it,
everybody?
everybody?
What's up with it? This
What's
is
up with
the
it? This is
journey
the
is
journey
real.
real.
The journey's real.
We coming
We coming
live. We coming
live. We
live. We
coming
coming
live. We
live.
coming live.
We got Young
We got Young
Certified on
Certified on
today.
today.
Uh-huh, yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah,
Certified,
I say I know what
certified.
it is.
Uh-huh.
Young
Hey.
Certified.
Young Certified.
So
So
we're gonna be
we're
talking
gonna be
about
talking about
today
today
wealthy
wealthy
financially
financially
versus
versus
worthy
worthy
wealthy.
wealthy.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Wealthy
Wealthy
financially
financially
versus
versus
wealthy
wealthy
spiritually.
spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wealthy
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
financially
wealthy
versus
financially
wealthy
versus
spiritually.
spiritually.
And
And
there's a difference
there's a
in the two.
difference in the
It
two.
Mm-hmm.
is the
The
two.
two.
And
And
young
young
certified, he gonna
certified, he
start
gonna start
off
off
with
with
talking
talking
about
about
what do
what
you
do you
consider
consider
wealthy
wealthy
financially
financially
versus wealthy
versus wealthy spiritually.
Well, when I think of like wealthy, like the difference between wealthy financially, wealthy spiritually, like when you wealthy financially, it's like you got money. Like anything you want, you can get, you can buy it. But being wealthy spiritually, it's like it's like you just had that spiritual knowledge. Like you have a connection, with the Father. Like you got that spirituality. Like you got that relationship with Him type thing.
yeah, yeah, I agree
I
with you
agree
on
with you
that
on that.
right there.
Right there,
Being
being
wealthy
wealthy
financially
financially
versus wealthy
versus wealthy
spiritually.
spiritually.
To
To
me,
me,
wealthy
wealthy
spiritually,
spiritually,
well, I
well,
start
I
with
start with
wealthy
wealthy
financially,
financially,
is
is,
you
you
set up
set up
with
with
the things
the
of this
things of
world
this
like
world like
cars,
cars,
clothes,
Mhm.
clothes,
shoes,
shoes,
Mhm.
houses,
Mhm.
food,
food,
all
Material.
kind of
all
things.
kind of
Material.
Yeah,
things.
the material
Yeah, the
things,
material
right?
things,
Right.
right?
The material
The
things
material things
versus wealthy
versus wealthy
spiritually
spiritually
looks like
looks
to
like
me,
to me, you know,
if you ain't had
if you
none
ain't
of
had
that,
none of that,
you still have
you
peace,
still
you
have
still
peace, you
have
still have
joy.
joy.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
Wealthy
Exactly.
spiritually, this is one of the
Spiritually, that's
things
one
I
of the
thought
things
too.
I thought too.
Thinking about
Thinking
wealthy
about wealthy
spiritually,
spiritually.
being kind to
Being kind
others,
to others,
having
Mm.
having
compassion on
compassion
others,
on others,
love
Mhm.
for
love for
others. You know
others.
what
Mhm.
I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm
Patience.
saying?
Right.
Mercy for
Mercy for
others.
others.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Giving
Giving
alms to
alms to
others.
others.
Right.
Being
Being more
more
selfless than
selfless than
selfish.
selfish.
Right. Right.
Caring about the
Caring
needs
about the
of
needs of
others,
others,
encouraging
Mhm.
encouraging
others,
others,
uplifting
Right.
others.
others.
Right.
Being
Being
wealthy
wealthy
spiritually.
spiritually.
Mhm. Mhm.
Being wealthy
Being wealthy
spiritually. So,
spiritually. So,
you know,
you know,
um,
um,
I would
I
say
would
though,
say though,
you
you
know,
know,
on today
on
when you
today
look
when
at
you look
it,
at it,
do
do
do you see
do
a
you
lot of
see a
wealth
lot
in the
of wealth in the
spiritual
spiritual
versus
versus
wealthy
wealthy
financially?
financially?
Like, I mean, I feel like people that's wealthy financially, I think they have a misconception of wealthy spiritually. Like people that's wealthy financially, they don't really see the big picture, like spiritually. They don't really acknowledge the spiritual aspect of it as they should, and they'll try to like water down water down spiritual, like water down, things spiritually, water down what's going on in the church and stuff, and things like that to to um to meet their agenda, so to speak.
Okay, what you
Okay,
mean when
what
you
you
say
mean when you
meet
say
their
meet
agenda?
their agenda?
Like they'll tell you, like they'll say things like just pray about it and God will bless you with this and that and this and that. Like they'll promise you, they'll make a whole lot of sweet promises about like prosperity, but they don't really teach you like you got to go through things. They don't tell you got to be tested, trying to prove to help you build characters. Because once you build character, that's when you become humble to others, and that's when, like you said earlier, about helping each other out and caring for each other. It's about going through mazes and going through that type of phrase in order to build that type of character trait in order to be home to other people. So I feel like people that's wealthy financially, they don't really they miss out on that point. They don't really talk about that, but they'll make promises and tell you all about his the good promises and about prosperity.
Okay.
Okay.
But they
But
don't.
they don't.
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
kind of good
it's
right
kind of
there.
good
What
right
you
there.
said.
What you
That's
said.
kind of
That's
that's a lot
kind of
good.
that's a
So
lot
you
good.
just
So you just
basically
basically saying that
you know,
you know
not speaking
not
of the
speaking
thing
of the thing
you
that
have to
you
go
have to
through
go
it in
through
order
it in
to
order to
even
even
carry
carry
to
Right.
get
to get
spiritual
spiritual
wealth.
wealth.
Exactly.
To
Exactly.
get
To get
spiritual
spiritual
because
because
people don't
people don't
understand like
understand
you
like you
can't have
can't
all the
have all
money
the
in the
money in the
world
world
and be
and be
poor in the
poor in the
spirit.
spirit.
Mhm. Mhm.
And just
And
because you
just because
got
you got
money
money
doesn't mean
doesn't
that
mean
you have
that you
wealth
have
in the
wealth in
spirit.
the spirit.
Exactly. Or wisdom of what
Yeah, yeah.
spiritual is.
Cause that
Cause that
spiritual wealth
spiritual
is
wealth is
priceless. You
priceless.
can't
You
even
Mhm.
can't
put
even put
you can't
you
buy
can't
it.
Right.
buy it.
Right.
You
And
know,
you can
and
try
you
to
can try
fake
to
it,
fake
but it's
it, but
only
it's
for so
only for
long
so
you can
long you
fake
can
it. But
fake it. But
you can't
you
buy
can't
the
Right.
buy the
spiritual
spiritual
No.
for
No.
real.
for
And
real.
that
And
is
that
very
is very
important.
important.
If we're talking
We're
about
talking
the
about the
body of
body of
Christ
Christ
and
and
the
the
church on
church on
today,
today
to
to
understand that
understand that
concept
concept
that
that
you do
you
have
do
to
have
go
to go
through to
through
get
to
that.
get that.
Come
Just
on,
come
Mhm.
on,
think.
think.
Just like
Just like
you
you
had
had
to
to
go to
go through
build
to
that
build that
monetary
monetary
wealth.
wealth,
That
Mm.
the
material
material
wealth,
wealth.
you had
Mhm.
to
You
go
had to
through
go
some
through
stuff,
some stuff,
right?
right?
You
Mhm.
had
You
to
had
go
to go
sacrifice.
sacrifice.
You
You
had
had
Right.
the
long
long
nights,
nights,
long
Right.
long
days.
days.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying? You
And
had to
you had
cut
to
some
cut
stuff
some
off.
stuff
You had to
off.
do
You had to
all
do
kind
all
of
kind
stuff,
of stuff,
even to
even to
obtain
obtain that
that
that wealth.
monetarial wealth.
wealth.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm
You know what
saying?
I'm
even
saying?
It's
It's
the
the
same
same
way
way
with
with
that
that
spiritual.
spiritual.
right. And even Job was the richest man in the book, but even he had to go through stuff. Even the Lord had to take all that stuff out, to show that to humble him kind of in a way.
That was really a
That was really a
test,
test,
though.
though.
That was
That
really
was
a
really a
test,
test, you know.
But
Uh,
that's a good
That's a good
person.
person.
That's a good
That's a
person
good person
to
to
bring
bring
up
up
because
because
that was one
that
of
was
the
one of
things
the
I
things
thought
I
about
thought
on
about
this
on this
topic is
topic
that
is that
you
you
too can
too can
be
be
wealthy,
wealthy,
Mhm.
monetarial, and
and
wealthy
wealthy
spiritually.
spiritually.
Right.
Because
Because
Job,
Job,
when you
when
read
you read
about him,
about
he
him,
was
he was
Mhm.
wealthy
wealthy
physically,
physically,
meaning the
meaning
things
the
of
things
this
of this
world the
world
Lord
the
had
Lord has
blessed him
blessed
with,
him with,
but he
Right.
was
he was
wealthy
wealthy
spiritually too.
spiritually too.
Too. Right. Yeah. Right.
Before he
Before he
lost all his family and all
family
of
and
that,
all of that,
he was
Right.
he was
wealthy
wealthy
spiritually.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm
So that
saying?
was
So
like
that
a
was
good
like a good
person
person
to
to
bring
bring
up.
up.
But
But
on
on
today, I
today
would
I
look
would
at it
look
like
at it
a
like
lot
a
of
lot of
people
people
focus
focus
more on
on
the
the
monetarial
material
and lack
Mm.
a
and lack
whole
of
lot of the
all of the
spiritual.
spiritual.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
you see a
You see a
lot
lot
of
of
selfishness.
selfishness.
People have
People
no
have no
passion,
passion,
no
Right.
no
ability,
ability,
no
Right.
no
integrity.
integrity.
Don't
You
even
know,
want to
you
help
know,
out the poor people. Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
a
straight look
straight
down
look
on
down
them.
on them.
Right.
And then
And
another
then
thing
another
too,
thing too,
and
and
come
they
on, Lord, I'm gonna stop another thing too, like
like
when people are
are
doing their
doing their
alms,
own,
they do it
they
for
do it
show.
for show.
Right.
So that's
So
not
that's
even a
not even a
spiritual
spiritual
wealth
wealth
aspect.
aspect.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? You know,
They be
they be
giving
giving
somebody
somebody
something
something
at
at
the
the same
same time.
time.
They
The
be
camera
moving
will
They
be
move
wrong.
rolling.
on.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm
So
saying?
Right.
So
The
is
is
it
camera.
it
genuine?
genuine?
Right.
Is
No,
it
it's
Is it
not.
sincere?
sincere?
Right.
You know what
You know
you're
what you're
doing, or is
doing,
you
or is
doing
you
this to
doing
get
this to get
likes and
likes and
views?
views?
Right. And when it comes to spiritual wealth don't come out of your pocket. It comes out of your heart. It comes based off your deeds and your intention of what you're doing it from.
There you go. It's your motive.
Exactly.
What's your mom?
That's good.
That's good.
But you know
But you
what?
know what?
I like how you put that though. It don't come out your pocket. It come out your heart. But
You know,
it
but
still
it
gotta
still
come out
gotta
of
come
some
out of
work
some
though.
work
You
though. You
understand what I'm
understand what I'm
saying?
saying?
Right.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm
But
saying?
that's
But
good
that's
though.
good though.
Because
Because
a lot
a
of
lot of
people
people
will
will
base
base
even
even
uh try to say,
try to
oh, well,
say,
that's
oh, well, that's
spiritual wealth
spiritual. Well,
because it came
because
out
it
of my
came out of
pocket.
my
Now don't
pocket.
get
Now
me
don't get me
wrong.
wrong.
It can
It
be
can
a
be
part
a
of
part of
spiritual wealth, like
spiritual wealth, like
spending your
spending
money,
your money,
physical
Mhm.
wealth.
physical wealth.
Mhm.
But
But
we'll
will
identify the
identify the
motives and
motives and
intentions
intentions
behind it, if you're genuine, is why.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
why.
Right.
What did you do?
Right.
What did you do just so you can turn around and say that you did it?
Right.
Did you just because you wanted people around looking
And he was
so
trying
they
to
can
make
see that you did it?
right for publicity. Right.
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 So look, what when it comes to spiritual wealth, what is like the ways that people of the world can gain spiritual wealth?
I believe once you develop a relationship with God, I feel like He blesses you with it, like through peace and through knowledge and wisdom and truth and understanding. Because once you have all of those necessities that He blesses you with, when you develop a relationship with Him, you develop consciously, you develop inner peace, and which allows you to have peace within yourself and have peace for others, which allows you to show that compassion and love for other people.
That's something that I feel like people lack is God, and therefore you lack spiritual wealth
Mhm.
aspect because if you truly have God for real, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He built you up spiritual wealth.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
a lot of times, a lot of times, people, they just solely focused on material things,
Mhm.
even at the cost of how you even get that wealth.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Some people will
saying?
sell their soul.
Huh?
I said some people will sell their soul just for
Yeah.
temporary, temporary wealth. But and when you have that spirituality wealth, that's eternal wealth right there.
That's more valuable.
Mhm.
It's spiritual wealth.
Mhm.
That's more valuable than anything because true value found things that you can't purchase.
Right.
That's like the Mona Lisa. You can't purchase that. It's like a dime. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's so easy to depart with it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's just when it comes to today with people, uh, these worldly things, it's just like taking over, and it's almost like a mindset out there to get it cause me to step on you.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And allow me to slap me whatever that I gotta do to
Right.
get it.
Right. And I believe that's why in the Bible God made it clear that that we shouldn't be lovers of money. He said don't be lovers of money, but be lovers of Him.
Yeah. Exactly. Serve God and money at the same time.
Exactly.
You gonna love one, you gonna hate the other. You gonna serve one, you gonna hate the other.
Exactly.
You cannot do it. No. And this comes to mind too that we can truly as a living, we can truly have both of them.
Mm.
Really can because he says not saying that everybody should be rich and all
Mhm.
that. I'm saying always, but the financial wealth doesn't have to be our sole aim toward getting it go.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And feeling like you have to compromise, you have to pull the trigger, basically.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be wealthy financially, or I'm gonna have spiritual wealth. But really, you really have both because
Right.
they make the scripture say first the kingdom of God
Mhm.
and all His righteousness, and the rest
You
shall
sure.
add.
Right.
It
Right.
shall be added. Because
Right.
He know what we held down here in this earth. He knew
Mhm.
it even better than we even know. He knew
Right.
what all of this was gonna be. But for
Right.
some reason we just have this,
Right. And that's what everybody want, and that's what everybody's running towards. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. And why do
not,
you think this though?
man, I think because it just, I think really because I feel like we just been brainwashed really to see like to be successful, you gotta have a lot of money, and I feel like a lot of people just chase that, to impress other people or to buy happiness, so to speak. Like they just run towards the money to hide away their pain, and stuff like that. But when you got that spirituality wealth, that wealth to cover all of that. That wealth can buy you true happiness. That wealth can, buy you salvation and buy you eternal life. But to answer your question, really, I just think it's just to cover up, to cover up their own life story and to follow a world's agenda, like to follow the latest trend, so to speak. You know,
Yeah,
like like if you see everybody else, talking about, oh, I want to get rich and do this and that and that and this, you're gonna be inspired to do it too. But I feel in my heart, I believe like you shouldn't just want to be rich because everybody else is rich. You gotta find like why you want it. Cause it all goes back to your motive and to your intentions.
and you know what? That's good. I believe that that's why a lot of people chase it. Some do just because to try to meet that and
Mhm.
don't even understand that you have an album. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Is able to do all of that. But
All of it.
I
Right.
believe a lot of it is low and for show. And
Mhm.
because this is pushed across the TV,
Mhm.
every way social media link, that
Mhm.
you gotta have it in order to be in the in crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In
Right.
the crowd, because you said something else that I think is good too, is that it all goes back to even your motive on why you want it.
Right.
Because a lot of people want it out of a place of I'ma show them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can stun on them.
It's
You know
boasting
what I'm
and bragging.
saying?
Right.
Yeah, but the boasting and bragging part of the
Right.
ego tripping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The selfish tripping.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
for a lot of people, and it's not to say all, because it is people out here that have, financial wealth and the spiritual wealth too. So
Mhm.
one thing I know for sure, if you wealthy spiritually and you have financial wealth, the Lord gonna lead you to
Mhm.
help, others in need. But you have to remember that have financial wealth and just stingy.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Behind that money, use that money because a lot of people rock around with money.
Mm.
A lot of people do. Just for a form of control.
Right.
You know what
Just
I'm
to,
saying?
just
A
to,
form of manipulation.
exactly.
A power trip.
Right.
And all of that.
It kind of like make you feel like a slave. Kind of, if you think about it too. Like they'll make you like when you say manipulation, like they'll try to use that money against you, type thing. Like like they'll make you like I don't know.
No, yeah, for real. Like I said, that's a good word. Manipulation is real.
Mhm.
And people will manipulate. People been doing it throughout centuries,
Mhm.
decades, all of that. Manipulating people
Mhm.
behind money.
Mhm.
Controlling people behind money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even down to controlling how people spend their money with the power
Mm.
of influence.
Right. Goes back to following the latest brand. Like if you see
Yeah,
everybody else spending their money on new J's, you're gonna be liable to want to spend your money on the new J's as well.
right. To keep up with,
With the Jones.
yeah, with the crowd.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's been a sad thing because to me, one is more
Bible.
what's the word that I'm saying? More
Mhm.
It's spiritual wealth.
Yeah,
It's
it
more
is.
valuable than
It
money
is.
because you make you think of that movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. I think it's called The Last Man on Earth or something.
Nah, I ain't seen it.
Yeah, but if the last man on Earth, like everybody, I forget what happened, but everybody else gone.
Mm.
And at first, like he running all
Right.
over his store. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Cause he could do whatever. Yeah.
Because ain't nobody there.
Right. Who
But
gonna stop him? Right.
it was short lived though. Because
Right.
then he started sinking in quickly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ain't nobody here though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind
Like
of.
I got everything that I want. I can do anything that I want.
But
But
nobody's really with. Right.
right.
Right. Kind of go back to that saying when people say the top is lonely. Kind of go back to that saying.
Because some people have money and it's lonely. And I don't know what
Depressed.
yet
Yeah.
fake fraud about they good and they happy and they got that money.
Mhm.
But they go home at night and crying
Wishing.
empty,
Exactly.
lonely.
Exactly. Exactly.
What you say?
I also say it's just only and it kind of goes to mental health too, for real, because like you can have all that power and have all that. I'm saying it kind of so mental health. Like you can
Frogs.
have
I don't know what's
everything.
wrong.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, still frogs.
Um, um, like you can mess with your mental health. Like you can have anything, everything you want at your fingertips.
You steady
But
breaking
really,
up.
when
I don't know what's going on, hang up and call back in. There you go. There you go.
I'm good now.
Yeah, come on. Now you move.
It kind of messes with your mental health. Like you can have everything at your fingertips, but when you ain't got nobody to share with, man, it can really divide. You know it can really hurt you in the long run.
Yeah. It does mess with your mental health if you don't have nobody to support with money.
Right,
It really can.
right,
Into something else behind money. That's why they say love is perfect. It's not the money.
exactly,
It's the love.
exactly.
And depending on how much love it or desire you're on it,
Mhm,
evil things and wickedness can start coming out of it.
exactly,
For real, like it really can.
exactly.
Today, people is really focused a lot on money, but
Right.
yet, their inner man is messed up.
Mhm.
Their life and relationship is messed up.
Revolves. Yeah. It
You know what
revolves
I'm
all around money.
saying?
Right.
But they'll be like, I'm trying to keep it even down to family.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? People just so overtook it by I gotta chase this money, I gotta
Mhm.
get this money.
Mhm.
But the spiritual things with your family, meaning the children, the
Mhm.
spouse,
Mhm.
it's a whole, it's poor.
Mhm.
And those are spiritual things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tradition, family, knowing what's going on with your family, being
Right.
involved with that.
Right.
I gotta get this money. I gotta get this.
Right. It
And
can really divide.
you have it, and then now your child is going for, time to pass,
and you done missed it.
that they was suicidal.
Right. Because you didn't
You
take
know,
the
because
time to connect with them because you was too busy. Yeah. And then another thing too is like, and I think it's important to not spoil your children, like spoil people too, because like if you spoil them, if you don't let people struggle and to find out their way, I believe that's where most of selfishness, character traits develop from. It's like, well, I got this handed down to me or whatever, so it'll make you feel like you bigger than everybody else, and everybody else they must work for it, but you ain't never worked for it. But once you really work for it, for what you have, and I believe that's why it's important to let your kids let them go through stuff. That's why it's important to struggle.
yeah, 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 that's true. That's a whole other topic right there. But you tell us the truth. You tell us the truth, for real. They should. That's the topic right now. About simp, for real,
Yeah.
for real. Another time, because struggle is part.
Mhm.
It's part. So is there anything you would like to add to this topic?
I mean, really, I just want to encourage people though. Like, it's like you say, ain't nothing wrong with having financial wealth. And nothing wrong with it at all. But I just feel like just ask yourself like, why do you want it? You know what I'm saying? And just ask yourself, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you gain from it? As far as like, is this gonna bring me and my family closer, or is this gonna divide? Because like you said, families and households they divide because you so focusing oh, I gotta get this money. I gotta do this and do that. Whole time your children, what I'm saying, they going through their own stuff. You don't really have you know what I'm saying? And when you chasing money, you don't really have the time to smell the garden as they say, wake up, smell the garden. You don't really have
Yeah,
that chance to do
real
it.
though, real though. Them little things in life, them precious
Exactly.
moments you can't buy back. Them
Exactly.
moment that you fix. You know what I'm saying? But them people be chasing, financial wealth. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? You can't get none of that back.
Right. Time is
For
definitely
real, for real.
precious. Right.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know what? I want to say this because it just came to me too. You can chase financial wealth all that you want to.
Mm.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But I feel like if you don't have a sense of spiritual wealth for a lot of people,
Mhm.
it's only so long that your
It's
money
gonna
is gonna
collapse.
collapse. Right,
Right.
right.
Cause everything.
Spiritual wealth deals with knowing how to deal with money,
Right.
knowing how to build it,
Right.
knowing how to maintain it. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Because those are things that God give.
Right. The
He gives you.
foundation. Right.
Yeah. And He teach you how to deal with it.
Mhm.
About wise investments and
Mhm.
about all of those things. So it just
Exactly.
came to me like if you don't have spiritual wealth and even trying to build financial wealth,
It's
it's
all
all long
temporary.
and
Right.
that's even gonna last.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have the like you said, the foundation of that.
Exactly.
Way backed up the
Right.
boundaries, things you will and won't do
Right. The
behind
wisdom.
even right.
For he said my people perish due to lack of knowledge. So, and if you don't have knowledge, you liable to fail. And
Yeah,
that's and that's and that's for anything really, but this as well.
no, it's for real right now. So I just believe people just really need to wake up and
Exactly.
focus on the spiritual thing because
Exactly.
things are priceless.
Mhm.
It is priceless. And you, I mean, it's not that you can buy, or something that you can enable you to wake up to. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's something that you really need for every day.
Exactly.
But we live in a time and generation where it's like I'm chasing the bag.
Mhm.
My bag. What you talking about?
Right. I'm
I
making
mean,
this money. Yeah.
seriously, like people, and it's just things coming in examples of how much people is on the financial part they
Mhm. Mhm.
what Miss Precious is on time because they can't get up off of the getting in their bag.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, this sport is something that could happen to somebody, and somebody may like some cuz or
Mhm.
whatever. You know what? You just want to chill with.
Mhm.
I'm saying, won't you come and just sit and relax with me? And be like, oh, I can't do it right now. And
Right.
something happened to that person.
Then you gonna
You know
feel a
what I'm
whole lot of
saying?
guilt. It's gonna be a whole lot of guilt. You'll be
Yeah,
like, damn.
it be like, dang, they just called me, and they just spend time with me.
Right.
To me, that's part of the spiritual, part of the spiritual thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It'll show you how
Find
to
it out.
balance. Exactly.
Right. How balance things and just stop knocking on the door. Just learn how to balance your life and understand this life is all about money
Money.
and
Right.
cars and clothes
The
and
commercial line.
something.
Right.
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 Yeah.
Because I feel like they have us spending a lot of time doing.
Mm.
Oh, you gotta get this. You gotta get this. You gotta get this. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Now, this is 2019. Now it's 2020. Throw that in the trash. You just paid five or $700 because now we got this. So now you
Right.
want to get that.
Right.
But at the same time, you taking away from the things that are precious and the things
Exactly.
that you cannot buy nor purchase back. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You have parents out that I understand that you have to work, you have to provide, you have to do all of that, but you're missing out on things with your children.
Exactly.
That's not God's will.
Right.
That's not because it is up to us to train them up, spend that time, and that's all for the display love.
Right.
And I understand maybe like, oh, I got these bills paid and that. And if
Mhm.
you had spiritual wealth,
Mhm.
God give that peace in that. Make that take that curve.
Mhm.
Still gonna what you
Or what?
need.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's like the benefits that you right
Mhm.
now, right now.
Mhm.
Is that this you know what? Thank I'm gonna say this right. You know, it was a time in my life, this just my own personal opinion, right?
Mhm.
You know, I was like, I didn't know, I didn't have no spiritual wealth. Maybe very limited,
Mhm.
little bit, but I did, and I spent a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, trying to get things done, right?
Mhm.
I shouldn't even worry about it because he tell us don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow worry about itself. But I spent a lot of time doing that, right?
Mhm.
But when I start to get spiritual bank
Mhm.
and get some of that wealth up out of there,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
can say surety
Mm.
is that you gonna be down to your last day.
Mhm.
And he gonna come through and make a way out of no way.
Exactly.
And I say all to say that when I got this spiritual wealth, I learned because it didn't come overnight. A
Right.
certain
No.
peace.
Mhm.
Like it was almost like weight was taken off my shoulder. Like I don't even gotta worry about that.
Cause you already know with that spiritual wealth, he gonna get that for you. Exactly.
I got somebody else to tell me, cast that on me. Come
Exactly.
you ask for. See,
Exactly.
so I just want it to be like, look, Albert, I need your help. I
Right.
need you to, I don't know how this gonna work. And then I can have peace about it. And I
Right.
can see enjoying my family, enjoy
Exactly.
Worry about how that's gonna
Exactly.
come to me.
Right.
Because he gonna make it happen to me the same way he told me. This one I know. So
Right.
I just tell y'all that I got a break from the world worrying about this, worrying about that, trying to
Right.
make this happen. When
Right.
I got spiritual back.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
know
he
what I'm saying?
said, pass all your ancients onto him, and he'll make the way for you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you catch your card.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He said, I could, you know, I got
Mm-hmm.
this. You
Mm-hmm.
have swag tonight.
Seek,
A
you
lot
shall
of
find.
times we seek it right. We not asking for what we really already know where it's at, how to put
Mm-hmm.
you in a place at the right
Exactly.
time with people with the right everything. So
Exactly.
I just say that it was like a weight was lifted off of me
Mm-hmm.
by the ways of this world, and it was like my daughter ain't got to like that, just acknowledge me always, and I
Mm-hmm.
met your baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was something he truly have done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of times been that too much time just chasing the wrong thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And it goes back to why he said, "Don't be a lover of money." Cause
Yeah.
don't just try to chase it. Cause you'll lose a lot of what you can gain from if you really just take time and develop that spiritual wealth. Like you'll miss a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of peace, and lot of a lot of stress relief. That you could have had. Had you took the time to develop a relationship with him and work it out with him.
Yeah, that's true right now. I'm telling you, this ain't what I've been told. And I know,
Right.
like real. He came and and he did it my say, take my yoke because it's easy. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it is. I mean, I'm not saying that this thing ain't a walk, it ain't a fight, it ain't a
Right.
striving and all of that. But I'm just saying that when it comes to things of this world, of
Mhm.
me destroying your big
Mhm.
obtaining things, man, he will do it. He will do it. I
Exactly.
do. I blow your mind like you know. You ain't had nothing to do with it.
Right.
It was all a part of his work.
Exactly.
Oh, I tell people, I been a lot of millions and millions of money, but when it comes to this, if I had to choose
Ah,
between
true.
physical wealth
In that
versus
spiritual world.
spiritual wealth, I'm
Yeah, I'm true.
riding for the spiritual
Exactly.
because it's
Exactly.
priceless. Like you can't
Exactly.
the stuff that he pour into
He,
you. You can write in this
right.
world nothing more.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and if people believe in spiritual wealth, I believe that a whole lot of things will be better in
Mhm.
our households,
Mhm.
family,
Mhm.
amongst ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of things will get better, but the reason things are really in the state that it is today is because people have lost that spiritual wealth.
Mhm.
They have loved one another.
Mm-mm.
No, it's
Right.
showing that
Mhm. It
it's
is.
showing how deep that bank is when it comes to spiritual.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, man, it's just that, and they chasing that wealth all at the cost of stepping, backstabbing, gossiping about betraying.
Right.
Ever. Like people are even killing their family members for insurance money.
Over the love of money, and that's why he say. That's why he say, for the love of money is evil. Money itself ain't evil. It's the love of money is evil. Yeah.
Right. What you would do.
Right.
And I'm saying like that too. What people would do for money.
Mhm.
even on the TV. Oh man, stuff that they was famous for some money.
Mhm.
I got on condo in my bag. I got my bag when they want to call you and everything else. But look what it costs you to get.
Exactly. Exactly.
You talk about your mommy, daddy, sister, cousin, auntie, the girls on the show, everybody,
Mhm.
just to get it though.
Right.
It's
Wasn't
like a
really
lot of
worth it.
right. But and a lot of say yeah, it was worth it to them, to their spiritual growth.
Exactly.
Other than
Exactly.
that, they have no conviction about it, nothing. No, nothing.
Yeah.
They gonna be like, I'm my bag. I'm in my bag today.
Yeah, that's all they care about until. But it's deeper, man. It's really deeper than money, cause like you say, the top is lonely. Like, yeah, you may be balling right now, but when you really sleep by yourself at home alone at night, reality gonna hit. You gonna really start thinking. That's why I
Right.
encourage people. That's why I think it's important, man, for real, just to really develop a relationship with God for real, and just build that spirituality bank up first.
Yeah.
Learn, seek His wisdom, learn about investment, learn about balance, and take His path. Cause like you say, if you take His path, He'll help you out. He'll take some
Right.
weight off your shoulders and help you walk your journey.
Right. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking another too. This world money can only it's limited. It can only take you so far.
Mhm. Mhm.
It can't be the things that make you better. It cannot purchase you.
Right.
It can, but the thing about the spiritual realm, it can exceed what is about. You know what I'm saying? It can
Mhm.
open up finances. It can open up healing. It can open up, man, wisdom, knowledge,
Mhm.
understanding, stuff that you can buy. You can't buy love. You just bought a man or woman that want to be with you for the intentions of getting your money.
Mhm.
Not all situations, but a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't about, you ain't got no real friend. You just got a lot of friends that say they your friends because they know
Cause
they
what's in
friends
your
and
pocket.
they gon' benefit.
Right.
I mean, for
Right.
real though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no respect for real. They just respect you in your face because they know that you the one that could cut off their
Open doors
money
for
source.
'em. Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
But they don't respect
Mhm.
you for real because the moment they get behind your back, they
Mhm.
gonna talk about how much you get on their nerve.
Mhm. Right. Yeah, you telling the truth though. Money can't buy love, happiness, or loyalty for real. For
You
real.
know what I'm saying? It can't buy that. So it's just like even this worldly wealth is limited. It's limited.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? But this spiritual wealth,
Mhm.
it can get you fed, it can get
Mhm.
you, it can get all of those things I just mentioned with smoothness and still have money though.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like for real, man. I'm telling you, like that spiritual love,
Mhm.
it's that spiritual. You ain't gotta love on today though. You need to go to the apple and repent
Mhm.
and start coming finding out how
Mhm.
to get it for real.
If you really want, because
Right.
it's one thing to want money, because I mean, yeah, like you say, like yeah, we all got responsibilities and bills and stuff like that. But I mean, if you really want money, to live that type of lifestyle, for real, seek Him. He gonna bless your ways, make it
Yeah,
doable.
yeah, for real.
Right.
It's just not understand.
Mhm.
Understand for real, and you can still have what you need for that.
Right.
Cause it's a job. Well, it's okay. I'm not saying that it's not something that the Lord slow that upon me. I wouldn't be okay with it. But man, for real, I look at it like, well, there is a purpose for you to be alive.
Mhm.
Stewardship that is provided. It's not for you to have and to be selfish. It's not for you to have,
To be
power
boasting and
to
bragging upon.
trick people. Right,
Right.
all of those things. You know what I'm saying? There's a scripture that much is given, much is,
Mm.
So if the Lord open up step way, and there's a wicked world too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That verse 3 can give you two on somebody. But
Mhm.
it doesn't say what I'm saying. Could give you, but with much is given, much is given.
Mhm.
And I don't think that if the Lord did bless you to have wealth as far as financial, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It's not for boast and brag about it,
Right.
it's like what you enjoy least,
Mhm.
and it's just not for you to have, and just being greedy, wasting money and spending money on things just to say all the foolish. Now,
Yeah.
there's a responsibility behind it.
Right.
It
It,
is.
and that spiritual wealth, man, that can show you responsibility. Like it can show you, it can teach you how to spend your money responsibly. You can. Yeah.
Yes, it can. And to help others and a whole lot of other things.
Exactly.
So, anything you had to add to this week? Shut this off and get on the clock. So I don't know. It's been quite a hour, but it's close.
I mean, I think that covers everything. Like just be humble. I feel like we just gotta learn to be humble. Be humble with ourselves. Be humble with other people, and seek the Father, man, for real, and seek that spiritual wealth before that financial wealth, because that spiritual wealth they'll guide you and they'll show you for real.
Listen, bless you this boy. That spiritual wealth, I'm telling you, it's something.
Mhm.
I get joy. Oh man, it'll blow your mind for real.
Mhm.
It'll leave you all like, boy, I mean, the financial wealth that's spiritual, it priceless,
Mhm.
and you cannot buy it, but
Wow.
it's something you just thirst for more and seek
Mhm.
because it will open your mind to see
Exactly. Exactly.
things of value, and
Mhm.
we're chasing, and it's just
Mhm.
like we're chasing it, we don't feel it.
Right. We
You know what I'm
chasing
saying?
it. Yeah.
Spiritual man, boy, it'll have you, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. It
And
have you thirsty for more. Mhm.
it'll have you want more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you prosper, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Prosper.
Mhm.
You grow.
Mhm.
You understand life, man. I'm telling you, it's priceless. You can't buy it. You can't
Exactly.
purchase it.
Exactly.
And the thing is, this spiritual wealth, you will find out very soon if you listen well. That the stuff that you chase, or the one is chasing, or is trying
Mhm.
It's like you ain't gotta worry. It give you that relief. Like, don't worry about that.
Mhm.
That's come.
Mhm.
And that's a relief. It'll give you understanding that what you locked into systematically by the way that you're thinking,
Mhm.
and that you gotta keep running that thug. It'll be like, you ain't gotta worry about that. That ain't so important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's probably something that you came back. No, I'm
Right. Exactly.
so um if you don't have nothing else to add to the five,
Guess we can close up shop.
we can close our shop. Okay.
All right.
Well, I thank everybody for tuning in. All this is into certified.
Yep. Yup.
And also, I would like to add a few other things at a later time. I hope this be a blessing to you. Something that could be a confirmation, for something a missing key, a missing point. But however it could great blessing to you. But also too, and I didn't say last time, you can go on YouTube at
Mhm.
the playing,
Mhm.
and you
Music.
can find Young Certified and
Yeah.
Hype Music
Yeah.
on YouTube. He also does poetry, which you like to tell them where you find you on Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram is young certified. Is YOUNGC _ certified. Yeah, I'll be on there, and
Okay.
I'll be on
Yeah, go check them
Facebook,
out.
and I'll be on Facebook as well. Tay Russell.
Yes, go check him out. I mean, dope. He's a dope boy, man. Go check him out. But yeah. So if y'all want to listen to this, go to YouTube to look at
Mhm.
his poetry. Go to his Instagram page of what he just stated. Young C underscore certified.
Yes, ma'am.
Check out. He be dropping some dope
Yeah.
poetry. You can also find the Journey Real on Instagram at the Journey
Mhm.
Real. And you can also go to the website at journeyreal.com.
Right. Purchase some merchandise.
Yes,
Yeah.
purchase some merchandise. But I have been vlogging off and on. I don't like I should. I've done a lot of vlogging on there. But you can go check that out.
Mhm. Go explore. Right. You can
Go
learn
explore.
something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Learn something. Gain
Y'all
knowledge from it.
certified.
Gain knowledge. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, you know what?
y'all smooth guy.
Not only is it gaining knowledge, but it's gaining for that spirituality bank. You listening to us? We gonna add more
Yeah,
to that spirituality bank. Yeah.
real talk. So we got some music you can bump to. We got some
Mhm.
poetry. You can get some spiritual
Mhm.
benefits. Thing. The list can goes on and on and on. So
Mhm.
yes, you can go check us out on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can find Journey Real on Instagram. You can find poetry on Instagram. And you can find the website at thejourneyreal.com to
Mhm.
continue to build that spiritual thing. So I thank
Yep.
everybody again. We have received this. I thank you at a later time. I thank you and I pray that this be a blessing unto you. But
Mhm.
y'all already is. Until the next time, salute to the
To the
Messiah.
Messiah, but you already knew that. All praises to the Most High.
In the most
All
high.
praises. All praises.